BWOne here from BWOne.com, and I'm giving you my review of the TiVo Premiere, the new Series 4 TiVo from none other than TiVo themselves. So the first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to go over accessories.com with the TiVo Premiere. First accessory, take a look at here. This is your power cable, simple power cable there. You have your composite cable here if you're just going to plug it into a regular TV. You have your red, yellow, and white connections. And if you're going to use an HD TV, it gives you an HDMI cable here to plug in. This is an HD TiVo, so you can plug this right here to get an HD signal and feed. It gives you an Ethernet cable here. You're going to need an Ethernet connection here to connect to the TiVo service, so you can use this here to plug it in. It gives you your standard manuals, guides, and instructions as you can see here. And the last thing, the TiVo remote itself. This is a new Series 4 remote here. I like it a lot better than the previous remote here. It's a lot lighter and it has a much more finish and nicer design to it. The buttons stand out a lot better. They're easier to press down and they kind of just stand out and kind of in a better and bolder way than the original remote here on the Series 3. Which you can see here and do a comparison. You can see the Series 4 here looks a lot nicer. And other than that, they're pretty much the same shape and kind of design, but they do have different button arrangements here. As you can see here, where the thumbs up and thumbs down buttons are and where the volume buttons are swapped on the new Series 4 remote here, and the record button's been pushed up a little bit, and the mute button's also been pushed up as well. The select button's been changed around and put into the center here at the top where the directional pad is. And you can see a few more different changes here. Now this has the A, B, C, D buttons right here at the bottom. This remote doesn't have that. This is the standard remote that the TiVo Premiere comes with. The Premiere XL does come with the same remote, but it's backlit. And they also didn't have the one with the keyboard available. But this is the standard remote that it comes with in the Series 4. You can use your old Series 3 remote here if you want to on the Series 4, but I suggest using the Series 4 remote. It is a lot nicer, I feel. So that's it for the remote there. And one other accessory that I'm using that doesn't come standard with the package here is this wireless G adapter right here. This is a USB cable right here for it. It's a pretty long USB cable. And this is the adapter right here. It flips open just like that, and you can sit it here at the top if you want to. There's a little LED indicator here at the bottom letting you know that it's on. It'll flash off and on as it's in use right there. It's a wireless G adapter, so you get up to 51 megabits in speed rather, and you can use it. You can use it all the way out like that. You can flip it down, however you want to use it, but that's what I use. This doesn't come standard with the TiVo package. You have to buy this separately. Alright, now we're left with the TiVo here itself. As you can see here, it's a lot smaller and a lot lighter than the Series 3 TiVo that I had before and TiVos previously. I'll do a comparison to kind of show you that here. But first we'll just take a tour around to kind of look at the hardware aspects here. Here on the front you get your TiVo logo, and then here on the side here you have a nice little format button. And what you can't see here when it's turned on, there's 4 LED lights, little LED rings that show up here. They have a blue one, which means that you're transferring to and from the TiVo. You have a red one, which means you're recording, a green one letting you know that it's turned on, and then there's an orange one that lights up every time you press a button on a remote. It'll light up on there and indicate that it's working. One thing I wish it did have on here is some type of clock, just a simple clock here in the front, because you get that with your standard, cable provider's cable box. I'm not sure why TiVo hasn't thrown a clock on here yet, but it would be nice to have a clock here right on the front of the box. There isn't anything on the side, so we'll just flip here to the back here, and this is where you have all your connections and inputs. This is your power right here. You have a nice fan. You have your cable card, and you need a multi-stream cable card to use this. If you're going to use this with cable, you want to make sure you get a multi-stream card, which is provided by your cable card company. And I believe by law they're permitted to give you at least one for free. Don't quote me on that exactly. My cable provider was able to do that, and I don't have to pay for it. But you want to make sure you want to get the cable card ordered first before getting your TiVo, so you can do it all at once at the same time. Then here's your external storage port. It uses eSATA, so you can use the eSATA for external storage if you want to. The TiVo that I'm using, Premiere, does come with 320 gigabyte hard drive. The Premiere XL comes with 1 terabyte. But if you want to expand over what you currently have, you can use an external storage as long as it has an eSATA port on it. Then you have your component and AV inputs here. This is your composite input here. This is your component here on the side. You have your digital audio, optical input here. You have your HDMI port here. You have your Ethernet port, which I still believe is 10 by 100. You have 2 USB ports. And then here on the side, you have your cable coaxial, and then you have your antenna coaxial right here. So these two right here, what you want to use. If you're going to use cable, you're obviously going to use this. If you're going to use like an HD antenna, you'd want to use this here. But that's simply it right there as far as ports and connections around here. And when it's its older, bigger brother kind of pushes its way in here, you start to notice the size difference. Kind of slide here to the side and do a quick zoom out, and you can already see that, yeah, it's a lot smaller than its bigger older brother right there, as you can see. And just kind of do a comparison of size here. We'll slide the TiVo Series 3 and we'll fully put the new TiVo Series 4 right on top of it, and you have room to spare here right on the back. Like, it's a lot of room to spare here on the back. So they made this a lot smaller and a lot more compact. It's definitely nice for those that use some of the more modern TV stands and don't want something big and beefy underneath their TV. They've definitely designed it well to utilize that. So that's pretty much a hardware comparison there. I'll definitely have some pictures up just to give you some better kind of comparison look as to how much smaller it is compared to the TiVo Series 3. But right there, that's pretty much it for accessories and sort of what comes inside the box and a hardware tour there. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to plug up the TiVo, turn it on, go through the new software that is a flash-based software and has HD visuals to it. So let's check out what's going on inside the TiVo Premiere Series 4. Okay, now that we have the TiVo set up, ready to go, let's take a quick look at the software. Now, I want to note first that it does take a little bit of time for the TiVo to set up. About 30 to 45 minutes or so. It's going to ask you a few questions and kind of go through a little bit of a lengthy setup process. So you want to make sure you have time to do that and before getting into anything else. But once it's all set up to go, you'll be right here into the new HD flash-based interface, which is pretty cool and has a nice few tricks to it. One of the first things you notice here, at the top right corner, you have what's currently on TV, and that'll always stay on there as long as you are in an HD menu, so you can kind of keep an eye on what you're currently watching while you're searching for other things. One of the nice things here is the nice discovery bar at the very top here. And here at the top, it's based on kind of, your history and stuff that you've watched before. And you can actually go through each one of the items here, and it gives you different information about it. Let's say NCIS Los Angeles. Let's say we want to get some information on that. You click on select for that. Actually, you want to get this show. In other words, you want to get a season pass to record the next episode. Let you know the next upcoming times that the show is actually showing. Gives you an episode guide here. So if you have a multiple of seasons, so it has season 1, season 2, season 3, and so on, it'll let you kind of go between the seasons and let you click on each episode and get some more information, and actually gives you the original air date too. So that's pretty cool. It give you information on the cast as well, so you can get deeper information on that. If you want to go into LL Cool J, for example, click on him. It'll give all the information about that person, TV, movies, and other videos that he might be in, and even more videos you can create with a search too as well. Search based on that person too, which is pretty cool. And if we go back here to NCIS Los Angeles, you get bonus features that give you ability to YouTube search based on that TV show and actually look up DVDs, books, and stuff based on that show as well. And it'll suggest to you if you like this. It'll suggest other thing there if there's data available based upon that. So right now, there's no data available. But that's pretty much how almost everything kind of breaks down in the TiVo. It gets much deeper into each TV show, each actor, each genre. It just gets that much deeper into it. If you go into my shows here, one of the cool things here is obviously just to show all the stuff that you've recorded, all the things that you have available to you. You can go to YouTube. You can download stuff from Music Choice. But the nice thing I like about it now, it finally gives you on the top left corner there, right above Music Choice, and right next to the TiVo icon, it gives you how much space you have on there, how much space you've used. So I really like that feature. That's really cool. They finally have an idea of what's on your TiVo, how much space you have left on your TiVo, which I like. That's pretty cool. Next thing here, if you go to find TV, movies, and videos, you can do a search, which is pretty cool. I'll show you how the search works there. One of the things they've been telling me, they tested it in the last TiVo. It's called Swivel Search. So as you're typing in, it'll search things based on what you're looking for. So let's type in everybody's favorite on the internet, Golden Girls. LD. And as you can see here, as I'm spelling it out, it's bringing up different, different ideas and different names for what I'm kind of looking for here. So I brought up Golden Girls, but also brought up GoldenEye, Annie Gold, the Gold Compass, and stuff like that. It's bringing up a whole bunch of stuff, anything that I can find. And obviously, I can click on that and go deeper into it as I did before in the previous menu and get some more information about it, season passes, episode guides, all that stuff right there for you. So it really does jam-pack everything right there for you, which I like, getting all that information all in one. You don't have to go anywhere else to kind of find it. You browse TV and movies. It's pretty much the same thing, but allows you to go based off category and genres and stuff. Browse web videos that you go into YouTube. But the weird thing is, what I don't kind of like about it is, brings you out of that nice little HD interface and brings you into this 480p interface. And I've also noticed that also in the menus and settings as well, that it brings you into the sort of either 480p or a very stretched out and kind of shined up 720p version of the old TiVo interface, which it's kind of jarring, kind of takes you out of the nice experience. So I wish they would kind of go in and dig in and kind of clean up those menus too as well. But you can check out video podcasts when you browse web videos. You can go to YouTube, but you don't have the option to choose. When you go into those, they won't be in HD, and they also, you can't choose a high quality version of those, which is kind of disappointing. Okay, also in this section here, you can go on Blockbuster, Amazon Video, Netflix, YouTube. If you have accounts for any of those, you can go right into there, check them out. And obviously, everything on the planet has a Netflix streaming ability. So anything that's a set-top box or an internet connection to your TV, obviously must have Netflix capability, which this does. So if you have a Netflix or even a Blockbuster account, you can set it up and you can stream movies right to it. And if you manage recording downloads, this is where you manage your season passes and stuff like that. Music and photos is very interesting. One of the things that's nice is you get Rhapsody, Live 365, podcast, listen to audio podcast, and I can tell you a little bit more about the music. You have to have the TiVo desktop software installed on your computer to be able to stream over to your TiVo, which is pretty nice. But one of the disappointing things about it is that they don't really change much on the interface. It's a very basic TiVo interface. Looks very much like the old one. Isn't a great music player. It's just kind of there to get it on there, which is a little disappointing. Same thing with photos. Nothing really too fancy about it. It's just a bunch of folders you search through. Photos and slideshows, which is pretty interesting here. Another one. The nice thing here, it says it's 1280 by 720, so it's close, but it's not really. But you get the option to view photos and slideshows that you get from the web. So you have a Photo Bucket, Picasa, or Nikon account. You can sign into those and view your photos on the TV as well. I thought it was pretty cool. As concerned, you can home movies by One True Media. You have to have a One True Media account, but that'll allow you to kind of share home movies and stuff like that between family and friends if you want to. But it has to be through One True Media. And if you want to get videos on there, you actually have to pay for Desktop Plus, TiVo Desktop Plus, to be able to get videos, or rather transfer videos between your not transfer, but rather stream videos between your TiVo and your computer. If you want to transfer stuff, if you ever use a software called PyTivo, which is a third-party software, now it's affiliated with TiVo, but it's a pretty cool service that'll allow you to kind of transfer stuff onto the TiVo there. So do a quick search on PyTivo. I'll put the name in the description for you to kind of check it out. Showcases and extras. This just kind of brings it up to the front, the Yahoo traffic, weather, some games like Wordsmith and Skull and Bones, and standard messages and settings and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the basics right there as far as the TiVo interface is concerned. It's a great update. It has a lot of great features in it, and it's nice that it's a nice HD interface. It's flash. It's a lot more responsive. When I flick through channels, it feels like it's going a lot quicker than it used to. My only kind of gripe about it is that it didn't fully do the whole thing. I've definitely gotten more in depth with that. If you go to my website at BWOne.com, I'll put the link in the description. You can check out my full written review of the TiVo Premiere. I wish they would kind of go more in depth and kind of make the entire experience HD than only kind of certain parts of it. It's a little disappointing. But other than that, if you're a TiVo owner, this is definitely one to upgrade to. If you're in the section to upgrade, you've probably had your Series 3 for a while or Series 2 for a while. It's definitely time to upgrade, and this offers a lot of great upgrades. It's a lot faster. Has a nicer interface. It has nice HD interface. It has many more options for searching and stuff. It's a nice all-in-one box to kind of get you your TV, video, and web and all that stuff put together. I definitely recommend it. Definitely give the nice thumbs up that you can see there. So definitely check it out. If you're in the market to getting a TiVo, definitely buy one. So this is Bowman here from BWOne.com. Reminding you to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/BWOne.com. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Be sure to check out the full written review with pictures and stuff over at BWOne.com. I'll have the link to the post right in the description down below. Be sure to do that. Subscribe to our YouTube page. And always remember to live your tech world in high
definition.